Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self and ultimately create the life that you desire? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, which we'll jump into in just a second. I do have the tarot deck that we'll be using already shuffled, as well as the decks that I'll be using in the extended. And this round of readings, I'm also doing an overall theme of the reading. I just got this deck last weekend and I'm wanting to get to know it, so I'm just pulling one card in each reading just to kind of help me learn the deck. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, so do remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Scorpio, in your recent past, you have don't let your past hold you back with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So your recent past, there's this feeling of stagnancy. Now, whether or not you realized it, even if you felt like you were moving backwards or you felt like things weren't progressing, they actually were. Slowly but surely, things are progressing in the right direction for you. And this is a very positive reading when it comes to your future energy, so bear with me. But there was something from your past, maybe your past, or something that happened in your recent past that was holding you back from being able to move forward, and ultimately, have or create whatever it is that you were wanting. Now, in your current energy, you have believe in the impossible with the Knight of Wands. And I love this message for you because right now I feel like is a time to tap into that unlimited potential that not just that you have within yourself, but also that exists within this universe, right? We can't limit ourselves to expecting what we've experienced. Otherwise, we will always expect what we've always experienced, and that will then become our reality. We'll always experience the same things over and over again. So right now is about remembering that whether you believe in manifestation or you believe in prayer, you believe in the universe supporting you, that you are supported in some way, shape, or form. And whatever the life is that you desire, the love that you desire, the wealth that you desire, the success and happiness and peace that you desire, whatever it is absolutely possible, even if it doesn't feel like it, which is why you have believe in the impossible. But we have to remember at the very basic level of the law of attraction, you have your thoughts become your beliefs, become your actions, become your reality. So what you believe is possible is going to be what you act on, which is going to be what you create. So if you believe that it's possible, you're going to start to take actions and steps in that direction without even really realizing it's happening. So it all comes down to what you believe and think is possible for you. Now, in your immediate future, you have balance, spirituality, and practicality with the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a pretty abundant energy that is available for you in your immediate future. But there's this need to find the balance between the spiritual and what's possible and the practical steps that it takes to get there. Now, this is where we have to learn that manifestation in general and creating a life of your dreams is a co-creation process with the universe. We have to learn to take divinely guided steps, take the steps that our soul is calling us to make, but then we also have to learn to let go of the wheel and let the universe do for us what we cannot do for ourselves. We have to be practical and spiritual in our approach. If we lean too far, one or the other, the universe can't do it all for you, and you can't do it all yourself. If you try, you'll be forcing, and when we force, we chase, and when we chase, we push away more and more of what it is that we're actually trying to attract. So this is about learning to lean on both the spiritual and practical in order to create the life that you desire. Now, the overall theme for the reading, and I thought this was interesting in regard to these messages, is you have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, and then you have it says deep healing. I feel like this is not just a transformation that's happening within. I feel like this is like your life is transforming. Now, I feel like this transformation in your life is happening because of some personal transformation, because as above, so below, as within, so without, right? The world that we build and create within is going to be the world that is reflected back at us in our circumstances. And I feel like you're undergoing some sort of or have been undergoing some sort of personal transformation. And as you transform, your life starts to match that transformation on the outside. And so I really like this overall energy. So let's see what it is that you're dealing with here. Let's start, Scorpio, by looking at your recent past. You have don't let your past hold you back with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is for Scorpio's recent past. recent past for Scorpio, please. What was Scorpio dealing with in their past? The Hierophant, ooh, the Three of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this isn't about what happened in your past. What this is saying is that this experience, whatever it was for you, which it's interesting that we're not getting any information on that yet, because what I'm reading this as is that through your past, you gained the wisdom, the lessons, the knowledge, whatever it is, to be able to understand how to bring everything together for yourself, how to spin this wheel in your favor. Because I feel like whatever this was that you were dealing with in your past, the stagnancy, things not moving forward, loss, separation, whatever the case is, this was happening to give you insight on how to create the life that you desire, whether or not you were consciously aware of this process. And so there is a lot that you learned from your recent past, or that you are learning, a lot that you learned in your recent past or about your recent past. It's going to be one or the other, about how to move forward. And I feel like that's why this transformation card is coming up for you, because it feels like through this you underwent a personal transformation, and that personal transformation is now starting to show and reflect outside of you. Recent past for Scorpio. I wanted to reshuffle. Recent past for Scorpio, please. This is for Scorpio's recent past. Three of Wands. See, your recent past pushed you very outside of your comfort zone. It was pretty painful with the Ten of Swords. It pushed you very outside of your comfort zone and almost threw you into this energy of having to face a lot of fear. Fear, doubt, insecurity. You're just kind of feeling like you were in the dark. You didn't know how you were going to get out. And that is why, because the most important lessons for us in our life are going to be learned when we are outside of what's comfortable. When we're inside what's comfortable, we have a level of control, because our comfort zone is kind of what we can expect. It's what you can almost like predict is going to happen. And whether we stay in our comfort zone on a subconscious level or a conscious level, because remember, 95% of how we interact with our reality, of our movements, choices, and decisions actually stems from our subconscious. Only 5% of how we interact with our reality is conscious, which means sometimes our brain is doing things for us and making choices and decisions when we don't really have full control over that. And so sometimes we can keep ourselves in our comfort zone without even really realizing it, and life will push us, almost like drop kick you out of your comfort zone, so that you have to kind of face that fear that was keeping you kind of stuck in the first place. And so I feel like that's what your recent past was about, was really getting pushed outside of your comfort zone, because it kind of feels like, I don't know if you were stuck or if it was just time or what happened here, to undergo some sort of personal transformation. Recent past for Scorpio. This is for Scorpio's recent past, please. There's that Three of Pentacles and the Temperance again. And then the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So things did fall apart here. But what I'm seeing is they fell apart for the opportunity of them to fall together with the Three of Pentacles. And through things falling apart, this is like rug ripped, getting ripped out from underneath you, being blindsided, taking a pretty tough fall when it comes to life. Whatever this was, oh no. I had to get up, and I'm wearing a boot because I sprained my ankle. Whatever this was, that whatever fell apart, whether it be a relationship or a job or whatever the case might be, it fell apart to allow things to come back together in a better way for you. And so to you, it might have just felt like your world was crashing and like everything that you had worked for was crumbling, or that this relationship that you had put so much time and energy into was leaving your life. But it wasn't that, I mean, yes, things did fall apart, and yes, there is a lot that you had to process, the grief, the loss, the pain, all associated with that. I mean, you have 3 swords. But it doesn't mean that you will not have the opportunity to be happy and abundant again. And honestly, I feel like the happiness and the abundance that exists in your future is like triple. I'm not going to put a number on it, but it's better than what it is that you had experienced in your past. Now, I'm not saying if you experience like a really tough loss or anything like that, I'm not necessarily saying that it's going to be replaced, but that happiness and that abundance can always return. And sometimes the lessons that we go through when things fall apart give us the ability to be able to create a better life for ourselves that we never would have been able to if things hadn't happened the way that they did. Current energy for Scorpio, clarifying, believe in the impossible with the Knight of Wands. Current energy for Scorpio, clarifying, believe in the impossible with the Knight of Wands. One more. No. Okay. Current energy for Scorpio, believe in the impossible with the Knight of Wands. Okay. This is a little bit of a reminder from the universe that we have to make sure that we are investing in our relationships, our career, in a path, in our life, not because of our expectation of what it could be, but because it makes us happy today. Oftentimes we have a tendency to invest in things for their potential, for its potential. People, paths in general. And when we do that, what we are telling the universe, because the universe doesn't listen to you investing in something for potential. It listens to what you're giving energy to right now in this moment. And if you're giving energy into something that doesn't align with your worth, or that provides you with the bare minimum, or that doesn't give you the happiness and the joy that you're looking for today, then all you're doing is the universe is listening to that and providing you with more of the same. People in situations that don't align with your worth, financial situations that don't align with your worth, career paths that don't align with your value and your potential. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not okay to build and it's not okay to grow, but it is important to remember that we have to take a look at what we're investing in our life, and we have to be very, very honest with ourselves. And this is the hard part about growth. There's actually a quote that says, the extent of a person's growth directly correlates with their ability to accept and look at themselves through the lens of truth without running away. That's not the exact quote, but basically that's the saying. Because when we're trying to grow and evolve ourselves, which is the first step to growing and evolving our life, we have to look at things through the lens of brutal honesty. And what that comes down to is us having to play a role, or us having to look at how we play a role in our own suffering. If things fell apart in a relationship or in a path in general, we have to look at, was I playing it safe? Was I settling for something that wasn't good enough for me? Was I accepting, mistreatment or less than what it is that I deserved? Was I chasing something in it that I was never going to be able to find because it wasn't what I wanted today? And when we're honest with ourselves about that, we can start realizing that you are not deserving of happiness and joy and love for the work that you put in and eventually the person you become in the future. You are deserving of all of those things, happiness, love, joy, today, for who you are today. You do not need to invest in anything, anybody, to prove to them that you are worthy of the happiness, joy, love, success, abundance that you deserve. That is created by knowing your worth and only investing in things that align with what it is that ultimately is meant for you, that your soul is craving. And so right now is a time to do some introspection. Now, that's where the belief in the impossible card comes in, because oftentimes we settle or we accept less than what we deserve because we think that that is as good as it can get for us. And the reason that you believe that is probably because that's what you've been told, or that's what you have experienced enough to where that has become your reality. Is you say, this lack, this loss, this bare minimum love, whatever the case is, this is as good as it gets for me. Therefore, I have to take what I can get because nothing else is possible. But the more that you think that, the more you are going to attract that. So in order for you to create the life that you desire, you first have to believe it's possible. And that's the hard part, because there's so many reasons why we doubt that the life that we deserve is possible. We doubt that it's possible because we don't think that it's literally physically possible of being created. We don't think the universe has our back in creating the life that we desire. We don't think that we're good enough. We don't think that we're capable enough. We think that we're destined to live this life that we don't enjoy and watch other people live the lives that we enjoy. You know, whatever the case is, these beliefs become the root of what it is that you experience. And so diving into those, transforming that inner world from a place of lack to a place of abundance, from a place of loss to a place of accepting good things into your life, that is going to be how you create whatever it is that you're looking for. The universe hasn't picked you out, Scorpio, and said, you, Scorpio watching this video right now, for some reason you are destined to live a life that is mundane and dull and doesn't bring you joy, happiness, or fulfillment. The universe doesn't do that. And so I heard someone say once, like, you're not that special. The universe isn't picking you out and saying you are deserving of what it is that you don't want, because that's not true. But we believe that, and I get that. Whoa, okay. Current energy for Scorpio. That was the King of Wands. I don't know if that was supposed to come out. I didn't feel like it, but all right. Current energy for Scorpio, please. Current energy for Scorpio, please. The Two of Cups with the Tower. Okay. Scorpio, you kind of have a belief that like it's like you feel like every time things like line up for you, and there's this like I don't know, maybe it's love or it's hang on, there's more to this. I want more on this because I can't stop staring at this cup for some reason. More on this message for Scorpio. Because I know the Tower energy is kind of Scorpio energy, but I'll go back to what I was going to say, but I feel like there's something else here. Okay, no, I get it. I don't need to shuffle. Okay, so what it is in alignment with what I was going to say. So what I was going to say, and then I'll add on to what I realized, is looking at these cards, right? The Two of Cups to me is kind of this balance between like the light and the dark. Specifically in this message, this balance between the good and the bad, the happy and the sad, the positive, the negative, and both have to exist in our life. That's the dichotomy of life, right? There's going to be good, there's going to be bad. You can't have one without the other. And you've probably experienced a lot of the not so good, the loss, the separation, the lack, whatever it is. And so your belief system is very much aligned with that expectation that everything ends in the Tower. And the reason that I was so drawn to this light cup, because it wasn't drawn to the cups in general, I was drawn to this light cup, is there's this need to try to start to shift your focus from this cup to this cup. From the dark and the gloomy expectations that you maybe carry with you because of your experiences, to trying to expect good things for yourself. And that's hard. It's hard when you've experienced a lot of things going wrong, and it's hard when you've experienced a lot of pain and trauma and suffering. I get it. I've been there. But that there's one thing that I've learned. It's that when we go through painful experiences, we can either allow those painful experiences to dictate our future, or we can learn from them. And that's, if you can look at life as a classroom instead of a punishment, and you can learn what it is that you need to learn, and you can move forward knowing that you haven't lost anything, no matter how much it feels like that. Everything that is meant for you will never pass you. You always have the option for the love and the abundance that you have once experienced to return. And that there is a reason for every single thing that happens in your life. Now, oftentimes I say that in readings, and I get people who comment these horrible stories of what they've been through in their trauma, and they'll say something kind of snarky like, explain to me how that's happening for me. And I get it. You know, I seriously have been there. I've been in points of my life where I was mad at the universe. I can't believe you would take this person from me. I can't believe you would put me through this. I can't believe that I'm experiencing this loss, whatever the case is. And in those moments, when I'm able to get through them, because I think that that's healthy. I think that anger and misunderstanding and the pain that you have to experience, I think it's necessary for us to go through that in order to kind of evolve in certain ways. But what I'm getting at with all of this is when we can look, because again, I'm not saying that every bad thing happens to you is good. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we have a choice in each and every moment with each and every experience that we encounter to either look at it as this is happening to me and allow that mindset to take over and then create our reality, or we can look at it as this is happening for me in some way. Even if I don't know it yet, something good can come from this. And sometimes when we're experiencing really painful things, that can seem silly, but the more that we can lean on the faith that everything's going to be okay, and that the love lost or the abundance lost or whatever the case is, that it can be returned, the more that we can look at it from that place, not replaced. I'm not saying that like if you lost somebody to death or to like a divorce or whatever the case is, I'm not saying that that person in your life is going to be replaced. I'm saying that the love and the joy and the happiness and the abundance that you once experienced in that space can be returned. And the more that you can look at life through that lens, through that, like, instead of, I mean, it's cheesy, but instead of glass half full or half empty, right? Glass half full lens, then the more that you will start to watch your outer world transform. Current energy for Scorpio. There's the Knight of Wands. So the universe is asking you to take a leap of faith here and start to align your life. And even if it's just starting with your intentions and your thoughts and your expectations with the life that you want to create, to dare to dream that the life you desire is possible. And again, I feel like a lot of the things I say can come off as really cheesy, like just dare to dream. Like, but seriously, if you dare and you dare the universe, I dare you, universe, to help me create the life of my dreams, and you start taking steps in that direction, the path is going to unfold for you. Maybe not how you expect, maybe not in the exact way that you want it to, but however it turns out is going to be better. And that mindset can change things for drastically for the better. And it's hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. I know it is. But the universe is asking you to take a leap of faith here in believing that the life that you desire is possible. Even if you feel like you've lost it or you've lost your opportunity at it. Immediate future for Scorpio, you have balanced spirituality and practicality with the Ten of Pentacles. Immediate future for Scorpio, balance, spirituality, and practicality with the Ten of Pentacles. One more for Scorpio. Immediate future for Scorpio. The Seven of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles. Yes! Start investing in your desires. Start investing in your desires. Now, the tricky thing is sometimes we can be blinded by what we think we desire, but when we have to realize that we're forcing something, right? This is going back to what I was saying. We have to look at what we're making sure that what we're investing in, we're enjoying today. We're not hoping that it becomes something that we maybe might enjoy tomorrow, right? When we invest in more of the things that bring us joy and happiness and good feelings. And I'm not talking about feelings like the highs that come or the numbness that comes from like watching TV or drinking alcohol. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about invest in the things that make your soul feel good, that make you feel at home, that make you feel that sense of belonging within. When you can start investing in more and more of those things every single day and putting yourself out there, you know, whether it's deciding to start to sell your art on Etsy, or I mean, it could be anything. Starting that business or taking a first step to leave that job that you hate. Whatever it is, start learning to invest in what it is that you desire, in your wish fulfillment. Because if you start doing that, it will start happening for you. I promise. Start putting yourself first. But you have to, here's the thing, and this goes back to what the energy you're in today, is you have to believe it's possible first. And so start right now, today, in this moment, make a promise to yourself that you're going to start to shift your mindset into believing that it's possible instead of believing that it's not. Because either way, you're going to be right. So trust that you are supported, that you're guided, that you're watching this reading for a reason, and that better things can happen for you. Immediate future for Scorpio. Balance spirituality and practicality with the Ten of Pentacles. Page of Swords in reverse. And there's the King of Swords. Okay. This King of Swords is actually some of my favorite energy in tarot, because it comes from a place of, to me, it's an energy of equanimity. It's a sense of inner certainty that overrides any outer uncertainty that you might be experiencing. It's believing so deeply that you are deserving and capable, and that the universe is supporting you on your path, that no matter what obstacles arise or what people tell you you can't do, or what anything in this world tries to, however it tries to resist you, it's believing so much in yourself and your desires and what it is that that's possible, that you don't listen to it. You only listen to what you know, your inner certainty within. Because a lot of people think that they have to choose between a life of practicality and a life of abundance. There's abundance and joy. What was that video? Jim Carrey. I watched a video, my boyfriend actually sent it to me, and I was like, this is silly. And then it actually ended up being really inspiring. It was like a video of him giving a speech. I don't even know where he was or what he was doing. But he talked about his dad, how his dad could have been a really great comedian. And that was like his dad's dream. And his dad instead settled for a job as an accountant. And he said that when he was like 6, 7, 8 years old, sometime in there, that his dad actually lost his job. And he explained that, we think that taking the safe route is going to be better because we think that it is more in our control, but the safe route still isn't safe. So if you're going to put it all on the line, you might as well put it all on the line on the life that you bet on, the life that you want, not the life you think you have to settle for. And I really liked that because it's absolutely true. When we settle for what isn't meant for us, the universe will come around and kick us right out of that experience. Whether it's a relationship, a job, a path in general, the universe will say, get the heck out of here. You're made for more. And we look at it as the truth that we aren't deserving and that our worst fears are coming true. We look at it through that negative lens, but then what we need to try to shift our focus to is that this is the universe saying you are deserving of more. You are capable of more. Go choose more. So right now, Scorpio, this is my challenge to you is to start choosing more. Choose more for yourself. Choose more than you think is possible for you right now in this moment. Because you are so much more capable than anything that you think you have to settle for. All right, immediate future for Scorpio. Strength. The Death in reverse. Okay. We hesitate to make the changes that we maybe even want to make. that we think we need to make or that we want to make, because we struggle to believe in ourselves. But then what we don't realize is that our reflection of faith in ourselves is our reflection of our faith in the universe. We are the universe experiencing itself. We are the universe in motion. And so we have to learn to remember that, first and foremost, we are so much more powerful than we have a tendency to realize. Now, I don't mean powerful in the sense that you are going to be completely right about how everything unfolds and that you're going to have complete control over whatever it is that happens. That's not the kind of powerful I'm talking about. I'm talking about that you are capable and you are deserving beyond anything that you've ever experienced. And if you are not living the life of your dreams, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. And tapping into the part of you that does believe it's possible is the key to creating it. There are certain changes in your life that need to take place, whether it's the endings of certain relationships or certain experiences or certain jobs or certain paths, whatever the case is. It's the ending of something that needs to stop so that better, happier, more enjoyable things can come. And maybe it's just a mindset. Maybe it's a mindset, starting with the mindset of the life that I desire is not possible. It's behind me. Or if it doesn't turn out this specific way, then I'm never going to be happy. Let that go and understand that your happiness it exists in your ability to understand that you are capable of creating the life that you desire. And that the life that you desire is meant for you. The universe put a dream in your heart. It has every intention of making it happen. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be that specific person, but it does mean that you are capable of experiencing the love that you're desiring through that specific person, right? Doesn't mean it's going to be that specific path, but it means that you can still have the outcome that you're desiring, even if it's a different path. So look at the bigger picture here. All right, Scorpio, I loved this reading. I hope that it resonated for some of you guys out there. We're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to dive further into these messages. We're going to look at what you need to do right now. So dive deeper into what's going on behind the scenes here. Get a little bit more specific, pull some advice, and then I have an actual advice card to pull from Spirit at the end. Thank you so much, as always, Scorpio, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Scorpio, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Scorpio.